Hello, my name is Alejandra Morales, and I'm in my first semester of student teaching. So about myself, I know both Spanish and English. And my mom, from my mom's side, my grandma also speaks a little bit of Mayan. So I was exposed to Mayan, but I don't speak it, and neither is my mom. Really, it was just my grandma. Um, Up until kindergarten, I didn't know any English. So I actually learned English by going to school in kindergarten, and I grew up in California. So California doesn't have like the bilingual programs that Texas does. So I was put in the classroom with an English speaking teacher, and like my all my classmates spoke English. So I don't really remember much of that year, if I'm being honest, but like after leaving kindergarten, I was pretty fluent in English, so I learned English at school. I was put in speech starting first grade because I had a lisp, so I would pronounce my S as a th. So, and I graduated speech in fifth grade. And from that, I remember being pulled out of class sometimes for certain days of the week. And we'd read books, and I honestly can't remember too much of what we did. I just remember like the upper grades. So we would choose a book and we would read out loud, and it was like a group of 4 or 5 kids. But I think that got rid of my lisp. And yeah, so I kind of struggled a bit growing up with doing my homework too. Since my parents don't speak English, they only speak Spanish. My mom couldn't help me, and if I needed help, like we didn't have, I don't have like an older brother or an older sister that I could turn to. So what we'd do sometimes we'd wait at the bus stop where the middle schoolers, and once they came, like my mom would ask one of the seventh grade girl or boy for if they could help me really fast with my homework. So I'd be there and then I'd crouch down like they explain it to me and I'd do it like at the spot or on the spot. And that's how I did some of my homework in elementary school. So I think it definitely would have helped if the teacher would have sent like a copy in both languages, maybe in English and Spanish. So that way my mom could also see what we were doing and she could also help me with my homework. But yeah, so that was my upbringing in California. I didn't learn English until I was in kindergarten, but pretty fluent now. I just took speech, but again for the lisp. But yeah, so become moving to Texas, seeing that bilingual program and how they start off speaking so much Spanish, and then it's a gradual release to English. I think it's really cool, and it's also really valuable for a student to have. Um, And my philosophy about second language learners is that I think it's definitely a major strength to have, and it's something that you should build upon and not necessarily push it down or try to ignore it. So I think bringing either like the culture into the classroom or the students' backgrounds, so they also know the importance and they can value being either bilingual or having dual languages, and also providing the copies in multiple languages. And maybe I saw this too once in a classroom that I observed, but this is a bilingual fifth grade classroom. The teacher had like if there was a flag, she had a note with the word flag written on it. And she later explained to me that a lot of her students, even though it was already like fifth grade, and I think at that point it should be 80% English and 20% Spanish, a lot of her students did not know English at all. So having the word written underneath the actual object was meant to help them. So if she ever brought it up or if they didn't know what the name was, they could just read it underneath. So I want to incorporate that in my classroom. But really like using their native language as a strength, bringing their culture and their background into the classroom so they can feel represented and know the importance of who they are and to value their upbringing. Providing copies in multiple language and having like the name written on things is definitely a lot of the stuff that I want to incorporate into my classroom. And if possible, also like trying to see if we could get a translator or how I can help like the parents so I could reach out to them like before, have like a survey that they could fill out before the school starts with possible information about that if I need. So that way I can also have an idea of how to best help not only the student but the parents. But yeah, those are some of the ways that, or some of the things I would incorporate into my future classroom. Thank you.